A state government watchdog who says she was unjustly suspended from her job has now been fired. It happened as she was seeking whistleblower protection after making serious allegations of misconduct related to the state inspector general's investigation of the Virginia Parole Board.
New at 11, crime insider John Burkett asked the inspector general's office what led to this decision. John also spoke to our political expert for more insight.
The request for an expedited whistleblower protection hearing was canceled this afternoon after the whistleblower's attorney, Tim Anderson, found out his client was terminated from her job as an OSIG investigator. Now, Jennifer Moschetti's attorney says they will explore a wrongful termination lawsuit against the state. More than 2 weeks ago, attorney Tim Anderson filed a motion in Richmond Circuit Court to get an expedited whistleblower protection hearing for his client, Jennifer Moschetti. Anderson says to this date, they have not heard anything from the court, even after his client provided evidence that seems to show she was considered a model employee and valued member of the Office of the State Inspector General. Documents show she was given a bonus shortly before being suspended and a performance review that shows she received accolades for her work investigating complaints against the Virginia Parole Board. Things went south when reports Moschetti had written were leaked to CBS 6 containing detailed accusations of wrongdoing by the former and current parole board chairs in the way they handled the release of certain inmates. But Moschetti says those facts and findings were scrubbed before the reports were sent to the governor's office.
And the one person who has really now suffered the worst consequences is the whistleblower. So even if the whistleblower was biased, as some of the people in the administration have argued, and even if that whistleblower did violate state law, they have paid a far greater price, you might say, than some of the people who were involved in making these decisions without giving proper notification to the victims.
On Monday, Moschetti was fired. CBS 6 political analyst Dr. Bob Holsworth says this looks bad on multiple fronts.
The governor has said in some of these occasions that he believes in second chances. You would think that the administration has a responsibility to answer these questions about whether or not the parole board acted responsibly and whether the parole board violated its own policies. And certainly all the evidence that is put forward to date, because we haven't seen any counters from the administration, all the evidence to date suggests that neither the prosecutors nor the victims in a number of these instances were given timely notifications. We even have one situation where a member of the parole board who changed their vote in order to enable a person to leave said that there was no new information given, even though the chair of the parole board said there was.
In a statement to CBS 6, OSIG spokeswoman Catherine Hurren says the Office of the State Inspector General, OSIG, models integrity, trust, and ethical behavior and demonstrates the highest standards of honesty, respect, and accountability. For privacy reasons, OSIG cannot comment on personnel matters.
How do they not say anything about the parole board? How, at the end of the day?
Holsworth says with Monday's firing, it's only going to get worse, and that kicking the can down the road doesn't do much for a simple question that needs an answer.
Did the parole board do its job responsibly? If you think it did, you should say so. But if it didn't, it's the responsibility of the governor's office to do something and not just call for an independent investigation.
As for the independent investigation, still no word on when it will begin or who will lead it. Holsworth also says the parole board scandal may have enough embers to spark a fire for the upcoming gubernatorial race. Working for you tonight, John Burkett, CBS 6 News.